that have shaped each month of 2010, a year that started with a staggering, heartbreaking act of Mother Nature. On January the 12th, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake devastated the nation of Haiti in a horrific natural disaster that ultimately claimed some 230,000 lives. None of us who were there will ever see a sight like that again. In February, an American city still recovering from the worst natural disaster in U.S. history was united in a kind of cathartic celebration around its New Orleans Saints. 4 years after Katrina, the Drew Brees-led Saints gave the Big Easy its first ever Super Bowl victory. Relief for millions of Americans arrived in March as President Obama signed history-making and politically polarizing health care legislation that will ultimately, we're told, ensure about 95% of all Americans. In April, arresting images of Mother Nature once again. The explosion of that volcano in Iceland, a big enough plume to have grounded Atlantic and European air travel for weeks as the heavy volcanic ash drifted across the continent. Weeks later, it was a man-made, not a natural disaster that cast a destructive cloud for thousands of miles. By May, the explosion of the Deepwater Horizon oil rig created the largest oil spill in history. In the month of June, South Africa gave us vibrant scenes of elation from the 2010 Soccer World Cup, an event remembered on U.S. soil largely because of the noise those Vuvuzela horns made, and for the last-minute heroics of Landon Donovan, whose overtime goal gave the U.S. their first World Cup group win in 70 years. Much of the autumn was captivated by images beamed out from 2,300 feet below the surface of the Chilean desert. There, for an unfathomable 69 days, 33 Chilean miners reshaped our definition of the human spirit. On October 12th, with the eyes of the world locked on that hole in the desert floor, they emerged. All of them, one after another, all 33 of them rescued, a case where everything had to work perfectly, and it did. And jubilation for Republicans here in November. Anti-incumbent sentiment made for big gains in the House and the Senate in the midterm elections. At the end of November, a diplomatic nightmare for both sides of the aisle with the release of 250,000 classified government and military cables by the whistleblower website WikiLeaks. And then just weeks ago, in the year's waning moments, another captivating image of new life. NASA announced the discovery of some sort of arsenic-based life form, a promise, perhaps, of far greater discoveries and more indelible images in the years to come. Happy New Year to everybody out there.